I think a lot of people admire pain. They're a glutton for pain and suffering. They see it as character building. But as we know, suffering can cause people mental illness, can cause people to become stressed and turn evil. We've seen it in society. We've seen, the kid that was bullied in school go back to the school and shoot the school up. I mean, we've seen what suffering could really do to people mentally. And I think, we in society we're just so accustomed to suffering and pain and misery that we will intentionally cause ourselves to suffer. But I especially believe this for the Black race. I especially believe that we love pain, we love suffering, we love misery, we love complaining, about the system, about the world. We just enjoy it. And the reason why I say that is because I follow a lot of pro-Black pages. I love the whistleblowing of the government, exposing the government for the scam that they are. But I was just recently on a pro-Black page, and I don't remember the name of the page, but, he was talking about how, this abortion law is not our fight. And, it's the white race trying to increase their population, and Black women need to create more Black babies. And I'm just like, why? Why? We are more likely to go to the prison system. We are more likely to be abused and killed by the police. We are more likely to be abused and killed by each other. And we're more likely to have stroke, diabetes, high blood pressure, you name it. We're more likely to face it. So I'm just like, why is it that they keep promoting this whole increase the Black population, have more Black babies? Why? Do we enjoy suffering? Do we enjoy constantly complaining about this system, about this corruption? Do we enjoy this shit? I don't. And you shouldn't either. You should be looking at the quickest way out of here. Not bringing more victims into this hellscape dystopia. I mean, I really would love to know the thought process of creating more Black babies. Do we magically think that we're going to become empowered just because we have a higher population? It's really disgusting to me. It's really pathetic to me. And any Black woman who subscribes to that bullshit is a brainwashed fool, and she needs to wake the fuck up. Okay? Just about a week or two ago, there was a Black child that was killed in Detroit. I think he was 3 years old. He was shot sitting on the porch. So what is it that y'all want to keep bringing our Black children in this bullshit for? What is it? Not to say that there aren't going to be successful Black people. Of course they are. And like I said, the word successful is a very loosely used term. What we consider to be success in society is still an enslavement. Okay? It's still an enslavement. So no, we do not need to be increasing our numbers. We need to be trying to exit off this bullshit. This is not our home. Let the people who want it so bad have it. Let them have it. So what? They ain't going to do shit but continue with the wars. They ain't going to do shit but continue to be corrupt and chaotic. So what do we need to keep bringing our children onto this bullshit for? We need to be protecting our fucking children from this hellhole. We need to be running to the sterilization clinics to protect our children from this bullshit. Everybody does. But especially us. I mean, what is it that y'all want them to come here so fucking bad for? For your own fucking pathetic ego? You're in some competition with who? It blows me. It blows me. Like, you hear about all all these tragedies that's going on in Haiti, which is my parents' home country. You hear about all these tragedies and about the gangs taking over, you know, killing people, kidnapping people all over the fucking country. And then you see some woman with a big ass stomach ready to fucking burst at any moment in time. Why are you bringing a precious innocent baby into this fuckery? And then these will be the same people who will turn around and say, I love my child. I love my kid. You do? I question that. I question that. No, no, no. You're in love with your ego. You're in love with their ego. You don't want to be alone. Just say that. Stop saying you love your kids. Excuse me, I'm smoking. Stop saying you love your kids. It's some bullshit and you know it. I mean, I really feel like people are addicted to suffering. They're addicted to complaining. They sit online all day complaining about the fucking system. But then they go on to have all these kids. Like, what? Do you think your kids is going to be a part of a different system? I really want to know. I really want to know. If there was a possibility that my child could become whatever successful career you can think of, I don't want to keep saying doctor and lawyer, a medical scientist, engineer, or going to prison, if those two were an option for my potential child, I'm not going to bring my potential child into the world and take the fucking risk at all. At all. I don't care how good I think I'm going to raise my child. There are still outside factors that contribute to that child's upbringing, that contributes to that child's thought process. And especially when you bring a child into poverty, I don't know how y'all think they're going to turn into a success story. Yeah, it happens, but it's still struggle that they didn't even ever need to go through. Be successful on your own. Why are you bringing a child here into poverty in hopes that they'll become successful and save the whole fucking family? Fuck you, okay? Putting a child through that unnecessary bullshit. It's like my father, who worked in a factory all his fucking life, has worked 2-3 jobs his whole fucking life. And yes, you know, I appreciate him working that hard, but he never had to. He never had to. If he didn't have 3 fucking kids, he wouldn't have had to work 3 fucking jobs to take care of us. And then he looks down on me like, oh, you were supposed to be successful. Motherfucker, I am successful. I don't work for a soul. I don't work for nobody. I'm my own definition of success. But still, I'm still a slave to this corruption. So let's stop this bullshit, okay? Let's stop the fairy tales that we got going on in our heads. We don't need to stroke our egos that fucking much, okay? We need to be protecting our potential children from the bullshit. I have a cousin who was a travel nurse for some time. And, I mean, made a lot of money, especially during COVID. A lot of money. Her and her fiance have enough money to put at least 60% down on a new home. On a purchase of a home. From what she's told me, and I believe it. And they're still getting a denied home loan because she doesn't have 2 years of consistent work history. Okay. So it doesn't matter where you turn in this fucking corruption. They want you to be enslaved in this bullshit. Okay. You may be able to provide the funds to put down on a home, and you may be able to prove that you can pay your mortgage consistently and pay off your house. They don't fucking care. They want to know that you've been enslaved in the system for at least 2 years consistently to be able to purchase a home. in Florida. I don't know about any other state, but in Florida. So it doesn't matter where you turn. They want to make sure that you've been enslaved in this shit. Have you done your share of slavery to be able to live in a home? It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. And now they're making it even harder for people to rent apartments down here because the average rent down here is $2,000, but they want you to make 3 times the fucking rent. Who's making that? How many people are making that? You're going to have to work 3, 4 jobs to be able to make that. At least if they said, if you could prove that you have the $2,000 to pay consistently for 12 months, I can understand that. But no, they want to make sure that you're enslaved in this system and and there's no fucking way out. The only way out is death. That's the only way out. So, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think.